You have no idea what just happened today. I was literally minding my business. I was at that window over there, and the only thing that I could see is that basically right in front of me there was like a cinema set. And I was like, oh, they're recording a movie or something here. So I was like, well, I should go maybe and check what they're doing, right? So I went downstairs and I grabbed my camera and I basically found out that they were recording Peaky Blinders. Like, oh my God. It was so cool. They were recording under the bridge. It was full of people in front of the gate. They made like this wall, but like because of the camera, like I could like sneak some pictures, some videos. So when I went there, I started like to take some videos and stuff because like I was like, I don't want to miss this opportunity to record something. And so yeah, officially they are recording season 6, if everybody was wondering. What I appreciate is like, and that's why also I love cinematography, that's why I love my job, I love to be a videographer, is like the amount of effort to create something like that, to create a movie, a TV show. There were like horses and cars right from the time, and all the smoke that they were using. It was amazing, the atmosphere that they created. Amazing. I really makes me feel like, oh my God, I want to get there. I want to be part of one of those film production. Please guys, if you know how to get into this film production, let me know in the comments down here. I'm gonna send my resume. Thank you. And then when I came back home, I put my SD inside my computer and I start to look at the footages. Even if they were from far away, I noticed how cool and easy it was to do the color grading of those footages, just because like they had all control of the scene and they create a perfect scene. And this is like what is probably most important when you create something, when you have to do the color grading. It's how you set the scene. It makes everything easier. If you want to achieve certain colors or certain looks into the videos, well, it's 90%, I would say 80-90% how you create the scene, and then is the work on the color grading later in post-production. Anyway, guys, also I want to present you something that last night wasn't with me. Stanley! Oh, he's shy. I'm going to get him. There we go. There we go. Don't be scared. Don't be scared, baby. Okay, guys, this is Stanley. Say hi to everybody. Say hi. Do you want to stay with me and record the video? Completely shy. He usually is not like that at all. Usually he always jump on you. He always like start to lick me in my face everywhere. But now because it's a camera, it's like, okay, I put you back in bed. Okay, baby? Say goodbye. Bye-bye. Let's not waste more time and let's go into what is the topic of today. Today we're gonna talk about how I do the color grading, color correction, color grading of the skin tones in DaVinci Resolve. And I'm very happy to make this video today because I really want to show you what is my workflow when I do color grading into DaVinci Resolve. So let's not, as I say, waste more time and let's go into the computer. Let's go. All right, now we are in DaVinci Resolve in the color correction page. Anyway, there are two of my big friends. I made a video with them. It's probably the most amazing project that I ever made. For me, it's like I'm proud of the video. If you didn't see, guys, it's down into the homepage. It's called With Adrenaline, and it's an amazing video that we made in Dolomites in north of Italy. They were my rock stars for these videos. If you want to follow them on the Instagram, they have a lot of adventure. You can find them under the name of the Globbers. Okay, so we have this footage here and I record these in, is like a log video. So first thing that I'm gonna do is to create another node. So just gonna leave this one without any grading in case I need to come back, it's already there. And here I'm just gonna start to do my base, my correction. To do that, I'm gonna go to my color wheel and then I'm gonna go up with my gain, and don't be shy guy here, let's go. And when you see the the highlights here are touching the top, that's where you have to stop. And then let's do the same thing with the lift and bring it all down until they almost touch the 0. There we go, something like that. And then gamma is gonna be where I want to like focus more like the balance of between highlights and shadows. So I'm just gonna like go a little bit higher here. And then if we see the before and after, okay, you can see that we add a bit of a contrast into this image. So let's also add some contrast actually. So let's open this image a little bit. Let's go something like 250, that looks good to me. Let's create another node and let's make some little adjustment into the curves. So let's go over here and then let's tap on editable splines. It's very hard to say for me. And then you want to press here and then you're gonna see the program made this other dot which you can grab and drag all the way up. In this way I'm making those highlights a little bit brighter, and yeah, I think this looks okay for me. And then I'm gonna do the same thing on the shadow, just a little bit less, going down to crush like those blacks, those shadows here, just to add this slightly extra contrast. And this looks very good to me. Let's see with and without. Yeah, it's definitely add the final adjustment correction that I needed. Let's go another node and let's now make, I notice here that I clipped these highlights. So the probably it's something around this area here. And definitely I want to bring it back. So to do that, I'm gonna go back to my primaries and then I'm gonna go to log, and in the area where you see highlights, I'm gonna bring this down until I don't bring back those highlights, kind of recover those highlights. Or you can even do it, you can even do this here into highlight to recover some of the information. And this is looking very good as a start point. Let's now actually start to edit these skin tones. To do that, so what I usually do, I'm gonna go to the qualifier and then I'm gonna go and select this speaker, and let's also add let's tap on a highlight, activate the highlight. Usually when I use the qualifier, I notice that it's much easier to grab most of the skin tone if I touch the forehead. So let's do that now. There we go. It looks okay. Then here we need to do some adjustment because like we need to grab as much skin as we can and make it softer, and also we need to try to remove extra areas that have been picked by the qualifier because they are part of the same kind of color range or same like tonality. So let's get the plus, and yeah, let's also grab these red areas that we absolutely need, and here, okay. Now, I'm gonna go to the saturation and bring it down, and I'm gonna make a little bit softer, something like that. And let's go down, and okay, this looks good to me. And then I'm gonna go to luminance, and I'm gonna grab the dark areas and bring it up until, yeah, I'm gonna move until I don't think it's like, yeah, something like that. Another thing that I can do to deselect this weather, I'm gonna go here where it's like when you see these feathers with a minus, and yeah, it kind of did what I wanted, and then remove these. I kind of separate the skin from this weather. Now let's add some denoise around like, yeah, something like 15, 20, and then let's go with the blur radius and let's go all the way up around like, yeah, something around 50, 60. Yeah, this looks good to me. Okay, now that we select our skin tones area. Don't worry about what's around here. We're gonna like to remove this. We're gonna do it later. Let's concentrate before on the skin tone, and then we're gonna mask out those areas. So let's deactivate these highlights. So now we're gonna go to the our primaries, and first thing that I'm gonna try to do is go to my midtones and kind of bring it on the left here, trying to give a bit more of juice to these skin tones, make it a bit more like saturated around here and towards the yellow. Yeah, this look good to me. And then I'm gonna go to my primaries, and then I'm gonna get the gamma, and I'm gonna like add just a little touch, a little bit on the left towards the orange color. I want to try to remove this magenta. Let me see already what we have. Let's go before and after. Yeah, we kind of starting to remove those magenta and add a bit of yellow kind of color. I want to actually remove a bit of saturation. It looks too saturated for me, so I'm gonna go a little bit down. Yeah, something around here, 44, 645, and yeah, it looks already much better. And I actually chose this image because I have two people into the shot, so I have two different skin tones, and as you can see here, they definitely have two different tonality of skin. He's like more towards the yellow, and he's towards the magenta. So that's why I decided like to get this image, because it was a bit tricky and a bit more challenging. Another thing that now I need to fix in this image is to remove, you see like this area is a bit like too yellow, and towards his nose, the other guy, basically all these areas red, but it was something like -5 when we were recording, so it was so cold that he got his nose like completely red. I don't even want to imagine how was mine. So we can fix this problem in our curves. Let's go and fix before the yellow, and then let's go to the red. Okay, to fix the yellow, I'm just gonna go here, and then I'm gonna select my yellow area, and I'm gonna bring it just slightly up, something like that. Yeah, okay, something like that. And as you can see, before and after, we already fixed that problem, and now the color of the both skin tones looks pretty much the same. And now let's fix these red areas. Let's do the same thing. So basically this red area, I guess, it's gonna be all these, you see like all those mountains here, all this area, and a little bit of this. So let's add a dot here, and let's bring it down without like, yeah, let's open a little bit on this. Let's open a little bit, and let's bring this magenta red down until you see like I open first, make it a little bit more wider, and then I grab the red magenta and I brought it down. And yeah, as you can see now, we don't have any more of this red on his nose, so we kind of fix it. So let's watch before and after, and this is looking pretty awesome for me already. Like, it's like another image. Yeah, like the skin here is looking much better. It's much nicer, much cleaner, much more cinematic also. Let's now do some other adjustment. Let's come back now to our log tab in our primaries, into log section. And as you can see, this is like a winter environment, so it's like white towards the like cyan blue color, the light. So I want to actually add a bit of it on the highlights, and also a little bit of cyan into the dark area, into the shadow. And so let's go into the highlights first, and let's bring down towards, yeah, as you can see I'm moving, and let's go towards the cyan and blue, something like that. And then let's do the same thing on our shadow. something, yeah, this is look okay to me. So, and then we can go over here, and this is basically the balance of colors in the highlights, and this is the balance of the color into the shadow. Let's start first into the highlights. Let's bring all the way down to 0, and as you can see, if I bring it to 0, it kind of shows only the color that I chose for the highlights. So slowly, let's bring it up until I don't find that sweet spot that I think it's perfect, like balance between highlights and the midtones. Something like, yeah, something like that. And let's go back to the shadow now, and let's do the same thing. If I go to 1000, it's gonna show me just like the color of the shadow, and then let's go down towards the middle, and I'm probably gonna give a little bit less. It's just a slightly difference, like it's not a major difference. I feel there's more difference when I add the color into the highlights than in the shadow, but still, it's like to be very precise into this editing. So this image for me looks already very good, but now we're gonna do just one more step that's gonna blow your mind. I'm sure that I will. Basically, I can bring it back most of the information that we kind of got lost, or they're like hidden there into the image, and then are waiting for us to edit these parts just to bring them back. So to do that, let's go to the curves, and I'm gonna go over here and deselect this first because I don't need it, and then add default anchors. So I want to zoom a little bit to see, have a close-up of the to have a closer view of the image. So let's start towards the highlights. So if you see, like if I bring it down, in the highlights, I'm gonna lose information, but if I go completely opposite and I go up, you see what is going on here? I'm bringing back details, and let's go, like, I'm gonna go something, yeah, something, not too much, something around here. And then I'm gonna go back here, and I'm gonna do the same thing. You see, like if I go down, I'm losing information, and if I go up, I'm bringing back some information. Then you can even add just like making more anchor points, you know, like something in between, and start to, you know, go up and down and try to understand how to bring more information. And then when I go into the midtones, like towards the shadow, I'm gonna do the opposite. I'm gonna go down and add a bit more contrast, and then same thing into the shadow here, and I'm gonna bring this down. Yeah, something like that looks okay to me. And you already can see there are much more information than before. It's much more sharper, but I didn't add any sharpness here. I just like do some custom curves, and then automatically I brought back most of the information that were lost during the process. So like in fact, like if I go back here and then I deselect and then back, you see like it's a huge difference. So let's also see how it was before and what we have now. Totally another image. These look so good to me. So now the only problem that we still have here in this image is that we still like we also have this area which is like the shoulder and a bit of the sweater. So we need to remove that, and to do that we just need to go to the mask and get the curve and just like make a curve around, like a shape around their faces, and as you can see now it disappeared completely. I'm just gonna make a bit soft here, and of course this mask now gonna be steady, and the camera is moving, so we need to track it, and we just need to go right here. And this is what I love about DaVinci Resolve. It's so good in this. Look at that. If I go and press back, I'm gonna track back, and it does it perfectly. It's exactly where I told the program to be, and it's like tracking perfectly, and it's even very fast. And this was the end of this tutorial. Well, thank you very much, guys, to being with me today. I hope you learned something about these skin tones. I know that it's a bit tricky when we are talking about skin tones, retouching and stuff, especially in video. But hopefully I make something like that you're gonna use in your workflow as well. So guys, thank you very much again. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, and put a like in right down there. I don't know if it's here, there. Like, yeah, no, it should be here on this part of the video. If I'm not wrong, if I'm wrong, just still put a like. But yeah, guys, see you into the next episode.